Welcome to Le Mans in the TCR. Going with the Fart Can, the Veloster is the fastest car in a straight line. The power this thing has is absolutely unmatched. So might as well take it to somewhere it's more like home. Starting off, we are in position 5, catching up to DHL Audi up in front. We have twitchy Jeffrey Baby in another Audi that seems to be skipping their way along the track now. Keep an eye on Jeffrey because Jeffrey becomes very close. As in, Jeffrey has a limited understanding of racing etiquette and possibly the same amount of understanding of not smashing into a side of a car as a camel does in working computers. Now, it might actually not be Jeffrey's fault here, I'm just playing with you, but the thing is, Jeffrey does become very contactful. While I do say it might not actually be Jeffrey's fault here, because I think there's a lot of netcode going on or ping related issues, because like I say, you see the situation the car's behaving in, kind of understand it might actually be netcode or, you know, poor connection, whatever. It could be from far away. But in the straight line, we managed to get sideswiped. Not too sure how that is possible. And again, hit again. And there's the satisfaction in my face trying to figure out how you managed to hit the same car twice on a straight bit of road. Now, with the contact that we've had, it has slowed us down a little bit. The Fart Can to the rear was looking to make a move. Now, I braked a little bit late into this corner here, kind of more preempting that I'll probably get rear-ended by Jeffrey behind. Thankfully, it was not the case. So we're going to move back over to the right-hand side and then look out for our next braking marker for the next corner coming up. Hopefully, Jeffrey holds up position 3 behind. Achtung Baby. Never know your luck. If they do hold him up, it's to our benefit. Sadly, Slipstream is working with Jeffrey behind and we're struggling to get away from him. We are coming to the braking zone now, scaffolding to the right. Just after that, hit the brakes. Jeffrey manages to go to the rear of this car, unsettles it, so we end up going gravel castle building. At least we come back out behind P1 and P2. Also, we didn't get a penalty, which is absolutely ideal because that could have stung us really hard. Hopefully, Jeffrey and Acton Baby up in front do have a moment which will slow them down. I mean, position 4 behind is 2 seconds away, which is absolutely ideal. We're not going to be under pressure from the car behind. We just need to catch up to the cars up in front. Now, braking for this corner, I'm going to take it wide, risk getting a penalty, but we're going to have a better slingshot move down the straight. As you can see, whatever shenanigans have gone on up in front has slowed the 2 cars down. Let's hope we can pass in one piece. Have no contact. Come on, Jeffrey, space. Thank you. We actually might have a double slingshot move here. Come on, little Fart Can, you can do it up the inside of the Hyundai. And let's hold on to this position because if we have a car in between ourselves and Jeffrey, that only helps our cause out in the long run. Breaking down the second gear, turning in and accelerating out the other side. Could have obviously been far more efficient in that corner. Acton Baby did definitely have a better entry, but we made it in one piece, holding on to that position 1. Out the other side we go, and Jeffrey managed to drive into the wall, which I'm not grumbling about. 1.4 seconds away and still getting further after that. So that person is no longer a problem within our race, provided we don't crash ourselves. Acton Baby, though, having a relatively matched car, is going to be putting us under a lot of pressure, which is clearly showing because I managed to butcher up that corner. Not ideal, but we do both go side by side through this section here, and ultimately Acton Baby does back off. But what a brilliant bit of racing right there. Side by side, 0 contact, and just pure respect all around. So credit where credit's due. Thank you very much. Out the other side we go. We're going to be flat out down towards the pit entrance. We are running hard tyres, so we do have to pit halfway through this race. It is a long race, so 30 minutes in total. The plan here is to run these tyres as much as we can and jump onto a set of mediums after that. Medium to medium probably won't work here to say because this track is quite aggressive on tyre wear, so I don't think in a car that's quite hard on tyres as well, medium to medium is the right strategy to play. Hard to medium definitely seems like a winner. Could you do hard to soft? It's going to be tight. Possibly doable, but it's not a chance I'm willing to take. And especially being under pressure from the car behind, who's now 0.2 seconds away. They are rocking a 0.6 second penalty. So it might actually be beneficial to kind of tactfully surrender position. So we're no longer under pressure ourselves, worried about being rear-ended, things like that, but rather put the pressure onto them, and if anything, actually bump them along to try and create a larger gap away from the cars behind. And I think that's probably the better strategy here. Although we do get a little bit of a love tap up the straight just to get us going again. Thank you very much, Acton Baby. That was very much appreciated. I'm going to give the position over to them, which seems like a better idea because I could bump Acton Baby along, give them a bit more momentum. We can get away from position 3 behind. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. They are rocking a 2-second penalty, but they have been closing that door. If we bump Acton Baby along like we are now, give them a bit more momentum, give them the freedom to understand that we are willing to work with them, providing we can get away from the cars behind, they won't feel under pressure either, thus slowing us both down. We have 7 laps in this race, and we're only on lap 2. There's no need to battle to be in P1 this early on. Rather play it safe and play it at the end and claim position 1. Whether it works or not, we're going to soon find out, I guess, but you can only try, really, let's be honest, and it's always worth a try. I mean, car behind now is 2 seconds away, so this bump drafting has been helping a significant amount, especially when you got 2 of the fastest TCR cars in the game, and fastest on the long run. Top speed of this thing is insane compared to a lot of other cars. But the problem does stem a little bit later on, whereas I lose a little bit pace from Acton Baby up in front, thus introducing position 3 behind into the battle of myself, all by myself. Not ideal. We don't have the slipstream to work with Acton Baby, so we can't be drawn in. Problem is, position 3 behind does have the slipstream and is able to pounce. Acton Baby made a monumental error there. Might actually give them a bit more of a penalty. There we go. 1.4 seconds they have up in front, which is not ideal. Thankfully, the car behind though is rocking 3.2. They've definitely been collecting those penalties. Not only that though, the car behind could be on medium tyres, so they might pit at the end of this lap. So the pressure we are feeling at the moment is obviously less than ideal, but you have to bear in mind we are on the hard tyre compound. We are going to be slower overall in the corners, so you know what you introduce now will dissolve later down the line. Except for this Elantra to our left hand side, they have been working their way up rather effectively and have been very, very quick. So it's going to be kind of hard to try and keep pace with that car up in front. Thankfully, the car behind isn't making any ridiculous moves, you know, like dive bombs, things like that. It's been very, very fair up to now. The thing that's working in our favour at the moment is the Elantra up in front is 0.6 seconds away, so we are in the slipstream. We might be able to start reeling them in. Wasn't really the case though. The Elantra overtook the fart can up in front, gone into the pits, but something happened between the Elantra and the fart can, which we was unable to see, that slowed the fart can down. Perfect for us, I'm not going to lie, because now they are only 0.9 seconds away, so the time has dissolved. We are in for a shot of chasing them down and being back in the slipstream powerhouse. RHL Rascal behind has also been working quite hard, working their way up, and I do believe they're in the Vauxhall Astra, which is absolutely insane because that car isn't exactly the fastest in the world, although it handles very well. The way they have managed to work their way up is absolutely incredible. So credit where credit's due, RHL Rascal. Good to see you in this race. Position 4 though is 18 seconds away, which looks good for us, obviously, but we do still have to pit. A hard no-stop strategy is not going to work here. We have 50% of our tyre remaining. 50% is the moment it goes into minor wear, and 40% it goes to moderate wear. The quickness from minor wear to moderate wear is so fast that you don't even realise. These tyres degrade so quickly. Least Acton Baby is only 1.2 seconds up in front. RHL Rascal behind is 0.8 seconds away. They are going to be better in the corners than this Hyundai, but it is what it is. We can maximise as much as we can whilst we're on minor wear ourselves. We might be able to have a slingshot move into the pits. Whether the car behind will follow us in or the car up in front will lead the way, we shall soon find out, but it's going to be the optimal time to pit right now. Jump on the set of medium tyres and make this work. They have not pitted, unusual, but RHL Rascal did pit. We managed to actually be quicker through the pits and out the other side than them, which is only benefiting us, let's be honest. They're 1.5 seconds away at the moment. We have Killer Dagger up in front, who's 0.7 seconds away. They have not pitted at the moment, so we're going to be much faster than them, and we need to make sure we get past them without being held up. Because once we're on the straight, tyre choice is kind of negligible to a point, whereas once you're in the corners, if you're being held up by a car with worn out different compound tyres, they will hold you up. So getting a great slingshot move down this back straight, passing DHL to the right hand side. The Astra behind is kind of quite a bit away, so hopefully DHL will hold them up. We are 6.5 seconds away from the car in front, and Acton Baby is 33 seconds ahead in position 1, rocking a 1.6 second penalty. Now, the car in front in position 2, I do believe is the Hyundai, rocking a 2.1 second penalty, 6 seconds away, is quite the lead. It's going to be quite hard to catch them up, but with Acton Baby running his tyres quite low, they're going to be much slower through the final part of this course. So if we can really nail it, we'll be in front of them when they come out of the pits, and that is the plan. We'll hold on to position 2. There is one caveat to said plan, is RHL Rascal behind. Oh, that's a pixel over, isn't it? That is ruthless. Not fair. Come on, stewards. That was a bit rough. Anyway, RHL Rascal behind is breathing all over us. They are within the slipstream. They have a 0.8 second penalty. It's going to be really hard to shake them off. Is it beneficial to try and hold them at bay, or is it better to play the penalty game and let them take the position? And I think, you know what? Risk it for the biscuit, let them take the position, and let them lead the way. They are quicker through the corners, but once we're on the straight, we are faster ourselves. So let them pull us through the corners to a degree, and then really pull us along in the straights. They're 0.7 seconds away at this moment, 0.8, but once this car gets into its stride, that number is going to start falling. Thankfully, position 5 behind is 5.1 seconds away. Don't forget they have to pit. Acton Baby is more than likely about to pit at any moment. 30 seconds ahead seems to be where they should be entering the pits, unless they're really chancing it and going for a hard no stop. The latter part of the race, lap 6 and 7, is going to be horrendous. There we go. I was about right with the timings. They have just gone into the pits right now. Is that enough? We've made 3 seconds overall. Would that be enough by the time they've been through the pits and out the other side that we are ahead of them? Should be the case, but only time will tell. Now, RHL Rascal up in front is a little bit quicker through the corners. We're struggling to a degree to keep up with them, but this is where this car is going to shine. Once we're on the straights, we're right up behind them, 0.4 seconds away. Now, we only have this lap and 1 lap after this to try and claim that position back. It's going to be some work, but if we don't claim it back, we have to be within 0.4 seconds of them once we cross that line, providing we don't get rear-ended. The thing is, Acton Baby has not long come out the pits. They're only 5 seconds behind us, which puts us under quite a lot of pressure. You got to bear in mind, Acton Baby has probably gone from hard to soft tyres. So once they're in the corners, they're going to be really sucking us in. And we have 2 laps of this to go. So let's do our bump tactic and get RHL Rascal to be that little bit quicker on the straights. Use the power of this car to get you going, and then use the convenience of your car to help us through the corners. That's the way we're going to work at the moment. There we go. A little bit of a love kiss. There we are. Backing off because the braking zone is upon us here on the right hand side. There's the scaffolding. Braking down to 3rd gear, turning in and down to 2nd gear. Give their car up in front a little bit more space. Let them breathe, and you know, it's just easier that way. Then they're not feeling the pressure. We're not under pressure from anybody else. Just need to make sure that we can stick with that car in front. I mean, it's easier said than done. Easy to make a mistake, especially at a track like this. It's so detrimental because of how fast it is. But we're starting to reel in Rascal up in front, 0.3 seconds away as we enter the braking zone. Down second gear, nice and tidy through there. Absolutely beautiful move. Closing that door to the car up in front. But now is the time to start looking and making that move. Rascal up in front, still only rocking a 0.8 second penalty. This is our final lap now. Acton Baby 3.8 seconds away, so they've still been closing that door even though I've been working with Rascal up in front. The thing that is in our favour at the moment is Acton Baby does have a 3-second penalty, so they have been collecting them themselves. So once they pass us, they still have to find another 3 seconds to gain that position from us. Now, the car in position 1 is rocking a 3.9 second penalty. If they start collecting any more, that 5-second lead they've got will be diminished. The thing is, we also have a 0.4 second penalty. I know it's small, but it's still something to bear in mind. I was catching up to Rascal up in front, kind of going to give them a bump draft, but I thought we're getting too close to the braking zone. It's not worth it. If I end up hitting them at the wrong point when they're braking, I'll end up sending them flying. That's not a very fair thing to do. But what is worked in our favour, they just got another penalty. They now have a 2-second penalty, which guarantees us, if we stay behind them, position 2. But I still want to take that position. I want to get into P2. So they are 0.6 seconds away at the moment. If we do pounce on this back straight here, it may end up surprising them because we have been working with them for about a lap and a half at the moment. Cutting this corner, not going over the track limits, getting a better exit than the car in front. 0.4 seconds, we are in the bonus point of the slipstream. The slipstream is strongest in Forza at 0.4 seconds, and we are now 0.3, 0.2. Can we make a slingshot move down this back straight, claim position 2 for ourselves? What a run this car has, and credit where credit's due, RHL Rascal as well is not over defending. They have moved over, given space, but we are on the outside of this corner. It's going to be kind of funky. We are side by side into the braking zone, turning in, kissing that curb, leaning on the car to the right hand side. Down the straight we go, braking at the second to last board, down to second gear, a little bit of contact from Rascal, but it has given us the inside and a better exit of this corner. Gives us the inside line of the corner coming up ahead, which is absolutely ideal. Sadly, position 1 hasn't managed to claim any more penalties, but they are 5.5 seconds ahead. It's still very easy to get penalties though. The final few corners are absolutely brutal and penalty central, so might be in luck here at the moment. Now, as you can see, our front tyres are on minor wear. Choosing to go mediums when we did was the absolute right choice to do. Now, Rascal is giving us a little bit of kiss from the rear end, as we're a little bit slow through that corner. Once these tyres go into minor wear, it's kind of hard to, keep pace. But once we go through this section here, over the curb we go. Let's now start breaking away from Rascal behind. And Acton Baby is still 4.7 seconds away, which is, absolutely perfect. They are not in a firing line to try and do a jump tactic or anything like that. Over the curves we go. Car up in front, 4.9 second penalty. They did get penalties through the final section here. 4.9 seconds, 5 seconds as we cross the line. 5.1 wasn't the fastest out of the corner, but we have got position 2 in the back. How far away from position 1 were we? Half a second. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Thank you all for watching. What a brilliant race. Thank you everybody that's inside. And Jeffrey quit. Yeah, of course he did. Thank you. Bye.